This evening, let's explore the 28th and 29th verses of the Song of Enlightenment and then meditate. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi, which of course is brought to you by my generous patrons. This evening, we will chant and meditate and enjoy a lesson or two. But first, if you love Star Wars and you wish to meditate as transformatively as Yoda on Dagobah under the guidance of Qui-Gon Jinn, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. The moment you have a question about Buddhist meditation or Buddhist philosophy or how to apply them, type that question in great detail in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. Let's begin with a chant. Do not search for the truth and do not dismiss delusions. Realize both are empty and without form. Without form, but neither empty nor not empty. That is a Tathagata's real form. Although the Buddha taught that mindfulness was the first of 7 enlightenment factors, there are some who would rather let go than notice in the first place, even though both mindfulness and meditation are included within the Eightfold Path. In an effort to remedy this, the South Indian Buddhist scholar Nagarjuna taught of the two truths, the conventional that we notice during inhalation, and the ultimate that we experience by letting go during our exhalation. Perhaps that is why the Dalai Lama's late tutor Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche taught that just as a bird requires both its wings to take to the sky, likewise each of us require both awareness and release to tread the Buddha's path. Let's chant some more. Nothing obstructs the mirror of the mind, it illuminates all the worlds in the cosmos. Images of 10,000 things appear, neither inside nor outside its perfect light. Enlightenment is our neurological birthright. The ultimate truth of all things is as close as our next relaxing exhalation, provided we do not cling rigidly to either the noticing nor the releasing of mindfulness and meditation. So now let's start our formal meditation practice. Oh yeah, by the way, if you've just joined, welcome. When you have a question about the Buddhist meditation or philosophy, immediately type your question in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. This text is an adaptation of both the Anapanasati and the Metta Suttas. I like to call it secular meditations of loving kindness, true knowledge, and liberation, based upon the passage in the Anapanasati Sutta. It contains a total of 24 exercises. Now, for beasties such as ourselves, with 5 digits on each hand, the number 24 can be a bit abstract. So you may want to think of it as 6 sets of 4 exercises. Our first set of 4 exercises will contain contemplations of love. Now, they're arranged in terms of the four bases of mindfulness, which in this case would be the circumstantial, the physical, the interpersonal, and the mental. So let us lovingly wish that to give very good, great fortune to all beings. On the inhalation, we silently recite the monosyllabic noun boon, which serves as a synonym of good fortune. Now, it's not our job to work magic, to believe, or even imagine. Or if all we do is silently and mentally play with these words, in harmony with our inhalation and our exhalation and our relaxation, we will wind up strengthening the neural pathways responsible for empathy. Let us lovingly wish great health for all beings. Let us lovingly wish fulfilling relationships for all beings everywhere. Whether those relationships be professional or personal or platonic or intimate. Let us lovingly wish great wisdom for all minds. Now let us begin our second set of 4 exercises. The common denominator for this set is that these preliminary practices will help us to center our bodies. The set after that will help us center our feelings. The set after that will help us center our minds. The set after that will help us contemplate impermanence. Just to give you an overview. So let us start our second set. As we breathe in, we can silently and mentally recite the verb, breathe. As we exhale, we can silently and mentally recite the adjective, long. So you'll notice that we inhale the italicized word, we exhale the bold word. Now, the cool thing is we do not have to force ourselves to breathe out long. You see, every time we exhale, whether we know it or not, we access our parasympathetic nervous system, which is evolved to not only to exhale in an elongated, relaxing way that sows the seeds of release. We come to the second of 4 exercises. During the inhalation, we silently and mentally recite the adjective short. As we exhale, we silently and mentally recite the noun breath. Now, once again, every time we breathe in, we inadvertently access our sympathetic nervous system, which is already wired for invigoratingly sharp inhalations. So we don't have to force anything. We just basically get out of our own way. Having come to the third of 4 exercises, during our in-breath, we silently and mentally recite the verb taste, which serves as a metaphor of noticing. During our exhalation, we silently and mentally recite the noun form, which serves as a one-syllable synonym for body. So, as we breathe in, our sympathetic nervous system is already designed to perceive. To perceive sights, sounds, sensations, flavors, scents, and the like. To perceive emotions, intentions, thoughts, memories, and imaginings. To perceive the external and the internal, the physical and the mental, the pleasurable and the painful, the interesting and the boring, the glorious and the grotesque. And to do so vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. Sometimes the ancillary things we notice will be in the background, sometimes the foreground. Persist with these words in harmony with our breathing, and everything will take care of itself. We come to the fourth exercise of our second set. During the inhalation, we will silently and mentally recite the noun form, referring to our body. During our exhalation, we will silently and mentally recite the verb ease, which functions as a synonym for relax. Once again, we don't have to force relaxation. It's already hardwired into each out-breath. If you've just joined me, welcome aboard. When you have a question about Buddhist meditation or Buddhist philosophy or how to apply them, type your question in great detail in the chat window. So here's the quick reminder. We inhale the italic word, or I should say, we silently and mentally recite the italic word during our inhalation, and we silently and mentally recite this word during our exhalation. We silently and mentally recite this word that is written in bold font during our exhalation. If you've just joined, we're playing with a set of 24 meditations, which can feel overwhelming. So it's easier to think of them in terms of 6 sets of 4 exercises each. So we're starting now our third set. The common denominator of this third set is that we're going to center our feelings. As we breathe in, we silently and mentally recite the verb grin. As we exhale, we silently and mentally recite the noun form. As we play with this, you might feel a gentle smile tugging at the corners of your mouth, the apples of your cheeks, and the crow's feet of your eyes. We're traversing a very gentle, passive path. Some would describe it, or Lao Tzu would describe it as yin. As we play with this exercise, we could sample the first jhana's blissful joy. We come to our second of the third set, our second exercise of the third set. Again, during the inhalation, we silently and mentally recite the verb grin, but this time during the exhalation, we silently and mentally recite the umbrella term thoughts. So just as friends might huddle together under an umbrella when it rains, the mechanisms that huddle under the term thought would be described as our capacity to emote, intend, reason, recall, and imagine. So we don't have to memorize those, but let's get the idea that we're talking about the very complex part of our mind. Doing so, we will sample the second jhana's peaceful joy, which is different than the previous blissful joy. We come to the third exercise of the third set. During our inhalation, we could silently and mentally recite the verb feel. During our exhalation, we could persist in silently and mentally reciting the noun thoughts. Allow me to remind you that thanks to our sympathetic nervous system, we are already wired to notice during our inhalation, so we do not have to force it. Doing so, we could taste of the third jhana's contentment. I would like to apologize. I have a host of disabilities, and this evening they're really giving me quite a tough time, so I'm going to have to bow out of tonight's live stream. But I very much intend to return for tomorrow's live stream in approximately 11 and a half hours, 11 and a third hours. If you feel I've earned it, please type something in the chat window, give this live stream a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. If you like, you are welcome to support my work on Patreon, although it is not at all mandatory. Until next we meet again, may you and yours be happy and healthy. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.